On July 9th, the Laredo College Board of Trustees and Administration announced a new program called the Palomino Pledge. And here to tell us more about what that is the president of Laredo College, Dr. Minita Ramirez. Dr. Ramirez, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Ruben, and welcome to Laredo College.
Well, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. It's been a blast, and I just see so many exciting things happening here, so I'm ready to go.
Well, thank you, and we're thrilled to have you on board and part of our Palomino family. And yes, we're actually celebrating the passage of our new Palomino Pledge.
Yeah.
And it's our commitment to the Laredo community, to our students that are struggling to pay for college, that we're going to help and subsidize their last dollar. And so what does that mean, Ruben? It means that once your financial aid pays, whatever financial aid doesn't cover or your scholarships don't cover, Laredo College is committed to make sure that you don't have to worry about tuition and fees. And our Board of Trustees is committed to supporting this endeavor. And so we're inviting people to come in and find out about the program. We do have a deadline of August the 15th, and we're encouraging all of you who even think about maybe wanting to get a new certification in something, upskill, reskill, finish a degree you started years ago and never did. Maybe this is the time. This is your message to come in and find out about it. We're here to help you. Please join us.
I want to talk a little bit about how this came together, Dr. Ramirez. It was an exciting announcement the day of the press conference. You could feel the pride amongst the board. You had a very tender moment with one of the board members. A lot of emotion. How long did this process take? When did this start to be an idea, I guess?
Well, Ruben, it's been 2 years since I started my tenure here. July 1st, I completed 2 years of being president at Laredo College. And when I came in to Laredo College and with my experience in enrollment management, I knew that there were students who were struggling to pay their tuition. Laredo College doesn't offer loans. We do everything we possibly can to keep students from borrowing money to pay for college. Why? Well, we understand the difficulty that it is to pay those loans back. And in an effort to commit to our students, I knew we had to do something more. Last year, we initiated our meal plans. Students don't pay for food here. If they're enrolled full-time, they get 2 meals a day, and they have to be full-time, and at least one class has to be face-to-face. And so they can eat here 2 meals. Usually it's breakfast and lunch, and they don't have to worry about that. Here's what we know. College students are the sickest, they're the poorest, and they're the hungriest. And if we can take those things off the table for our students, they're going to continue, they're going to complete their program, and they're going to succeed in life. And so one of the things we wanted to do is, how do I convert part-time students to full-time students? Usually people go to school part-time because that's all they can afford to pay. And if we can support your tuition and fees, you're going to enroll in more classes, and you're going to finish sooner. And so that's the message we're trying to send today is enroll. You take 2 classes the first 8 weeks of the semester, 2 classes the second 8 weeks of the semester, and you finish a full semester with 12 hours. If you do that consistently, you're gonna finish your program very quickly. And so we're committed to support that. We're committed to making these continuous changes. And the other thing is, Ruben, our students don't pay for textbooks anymore. All of our textbooks are open educational resources. So on the first day of class, your textbooks are loaded onto your Canvas account. So that is another blessing for all of our students. So we're supporting our students with tuition and fees. We're supporting our students with books, and we're supporting our students with meals. So no more excuses.
Yeah. It's really about finding ways to make it happen, and if it's here and here and here, when you put it all together, it equals an education for the student. I want to talk about the investment, a $3 million investment. There was some help from legislation along the way, Texas House Bill 8. Tell us how that played into this.
Well, Texas House Bill 8 was passed in the last legislative session, and we really had a lot of support from Senator Judith Saffarini, Representative Richard Peña Raymond, and Representative Tracy King. They worked very hard with us and in the legislature to make sure that this legislation got passed. And what does that do? Before House Bill 8, we would report the number of students that were enrolled in our classes, and we would get a minimal state support for each one of those students. Now, and so we had to cover the faculty costs and everything else based on student tuition or that minimal cost or philanthropy and our taxes. Now, what we do is we report how many people complete the class. So we want you to enroll, but we want you to finish. The only way we can actually get state support is if students come in and they finish their coursework and they finish their program. And that's what we want you to do. The sooner you get in, the sooner you finish. And so with the money that we're now receiving from the state, we can only use it to support students and their programs. We can't use state money for any auxiliary or athletic programming. State funds cannot be used for auxiliary services, period, by state statute. And so we are reinvesting that money that we're getting from the state in our students to help support their tuition and fees, which is exactly what the state legislature wanted, which is actually what they were trying to support, was making sure students came into college, got a certificate, license, or degree, and either moved on to a bachelor's program or went into the workforce. And in our case, we're doing both.
Yeah, and it's important to note that with the Palomino Pledge, as long as you're seeking a certificate or a degree, either an associate or bachelor's, you could qualify. And it makes sense that this legislation says, you know what, it's great that you're in college, it's great that you're doing well, but we want you to finish. And it just makes sense, doesn't it? You want to invest in students actually finishing the degree, not just getting into school.
That's correct. And so, and our hope is that more students will actually be on campus. We want people to be here face to face so that they can ask questions, so that they can actually get the support they need. One of the other initiatives we've started is providing students with more tutorials. We offer study sessions. We offer the writing center, the tutoring center. We offer support services from our faculty during their office hours in the library. We have the computer labs available to our students. And then we have all of the advisors, counseling, and now student health. And so how do we support our students with the needs that they have? And what we want is for you to come to campus. And we are very cognizant that our students are working. We all work through college. Most of us were taking 17, 18, 21 hours in college and working full time. Everybody has done that over the course of generations. And we understand that. But we also have over 100 student employee positions available for our students. So if they need to work, we have employment available on campus. If you need help with tuition, we have it. If you're hungry, you can eat here. If you're enrolled full time, you get all of these support services. And we also have an open rec center to all of our students. We have a nurse that is now going to be here for our students. We have student health and wellness, so we've combined health with the counseling center to provide support services for all of our students. And so as we develop all of these support services, we know and we're hopeful that students will certainly take advantage of all of these opportunities, because the future is bright. Our economy and our community can only grow and get better if people are prepared to join the community and economy as productive citizens. And how do we do that? How do we prepare them for that?
Right.
And so we're here to do that.
We're talking to Dr. Minita Ramirez. She is the president of Laredo College. We're talking about the Palomino Pledge. And if you would like more information about the Palomino Pledge, there is a website that you can go to, which is www.laredo.edu/Palomino Pledge. There are some requirements. So to find out if you're eligible, simply go to that website, laredo.edu/Palomino Pledge, and you get all the information that you need there. And there is a deadline, August the 15th. Dr. Ramirez mentioned it, but just want to keep reminding you, August the 15th is the deadline to meet all the criteria to be eligible for this program. You were quoted as saying, Dr. Ramirez, that the number one reason people don't go to college is because they don't think they can afford it. I found that hard to believe, especially for Laredo College, because it's very affordable. That's the number one reason people don't go.
It is. Over the course, I've been in higher ed for many, many years. I'm not even going to tell you how many, but more than, but I've been in education almost 35 years, actually 37, but anyway, who's counting? But over the course of that time period, and certainly through my doctoral studies and thereafter postdoctoral studies, that's always been my big concern. Why? What is keeping people out from attending college? What are the barriers that our students, that our young people or older people, seasoned people, what precludes them from attaining a degree or an education or a certificate or a license or anything? The number one reason is they don't think they can afford it. And in many cases, they're afraid to ask. Mm-hmm. People are afraid to ask because they're afraid to hear no. Well, here, we're not going to tell you no. We're going to figure it out. So come. The second reason is they don't think that they can do it. There's this sense of, I don't know if I'm college material. Do I really want to do this? Maybe I want to take a year off. Don't. College, I always tell students, I always tell young aspiring people, I always tell people who say, well, I've been thinking about going back to college. College is about wanting something more from life. It's about tenacity. It's about how much are you willing to give up and give in to the learning process. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how smart you're going to become. It's about who you want to become. And if you don't attempt it, for the rest of your life, you're going to wonder, could I have done it? Could I have done more for myself and my family? Come join us. Come try. We're here to support. The third reason is they have little family support. It's easier for us to listen to people who say, no, college is not for us, or it is for us. It's for everybody. Because there's something here at Laredo College for every single person. Whether you're seeking a certificate or a license, maybe you're wanting to start a business and you're trying to figure out how to start the business. What do I need to do? How do I open a bank account? What do I need to understand about how to become a beautician, and I want to open my own beauty shop, or maybe I want to be a welder and open my own welding company. All of those things are available here. But we're also here to teach you the accounting and the finances for your class. We can also help you with filling out a resume. How do you apply for a job? How do we transition you as an individual, as a student, from being a student and into the workforce or into your business or into a four-year institution where you're looking to continue your education. That's what we're here for. And we're here to support every step of the way.
Yeah.
And we're never going away.
Yeah.
You know, we're very fortunate. We've been here for 77 years, and we were established because there was a high need in our community after World War II. And we're still supporting our veterans. We're still supporting our community. We're still supporting our business community. And the economy here is only getting better.
Yeah.
The trade is getting better. The need for people who want to work is getting better. My grandmother used to always tell us, querer es poder. Y el que quiere, aquí puede.
Dr. Ramirez, we could literally fill LCTV with 24 hours of information on Laredo College. I always like to refer people to the website because it really is a look at everything that's going on here. But the hope is that, and the plan is to use our platform here to highlight all the different departments as time goes by. We'll have you back on, of course, on a regular basis as time warrants. But before we wrap the interview up, I do just want to go over the basics of the Palomino Pledge. It's of essence that people know that there is a deadline, August 15th. I know I said that a few times already, but there is an urgency, if you will, because time flies. But this is a commitment to the students, to the community. There is also a commitment that has to come from the student. And so they need to be admitted to Laredo College. So it starts by applying to Laredo College, applytaxes.org.
Right.
You've got to fill out your FAFSA or your TASFA, which
Right.
if you're a senior in high school, it's required to either fill it out or opt out. But if for whatever reason you haven't, that's another requirement. You're going to need to enroll in a full-time 12 semester credit hours. Those are the basics. That's the beginning of things, right? So you want to expand on that?
Sure. And so, yes, once you have all the documentation out of the way, you apply to the college, get admitted, complete your financial aid folder in financial aid, which includes either a FAFSA or a TASFA. And then you're going to probably meet with an advisor, select your coursework, and you're going to have to enroll full-time. The idea is, remember, the sooner you get in, the more classes you take, the sooner you get out. And the longer you prolong this thing, the more likely you are to drop out.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to avoid. And then you know, once you have all of those things in place, you have to continue to keep your GPA at a satisfactory and make progress towards your degree. And as long as you're doing that, you're going to continue to get our support. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and by support, that means the education will come at no cost.
That's correct.
No cost, because whatever the FAFSA or the TASFA doesn't cover for tuition and mandatory fees, that's where the Palomino Pledge steps in and says, okay, this, and you'd be surprised, even if it's $100, $200, $300, when people are budgeting and money is tight, that might be enough for them to say, nah, siempre no, you know?
Right.
But in this case, with the Palomino Pledge, whatever is not covered by the FAFSA and everything else, Palomino Pledge is going to cover it. So you come to school for free, in essence.
So as I've been saying, there are no excuses, and we're here to serve, and we have something for everyone.
Final note, Dr. Ramirez, I was able to sit in on one of the student orientations, and it brought back some memories of sitting there being nervous. But you had, it was at the Kazan Center, and I just want to commend the staff because the process of, you talked about support, the process of getting the students to sign in and then giving them a full day of what the experience is like, and not only what it's like, but when you need help, where do you go? And I think that is a great way to start your educational journey, isn't it?
Mr. Pedro Rivera, who has been here really for a little over a year now, initiated this whole orientation day. And it's run by students completely. And they will explain every step of the way. They'll take you through. We have half of our orientations on the West Campus here at the Fort McIntosh campus. And then the other half are at the South Campus, because half of our students are at the other campus as well. And so We're trying to provide the convenience of the two campuses, the support of whether it's academic or advising or health or food or whatever it might be, and all we can tell you is this: if you want to try and continue your education and move through the process quickly, that's what we're here for. The Palomino Pledge is for you, and we're committed to making your journey through Laredo College not only successful, but fun.
Palomino Pledge, go to the website, laredo.edu/Palomino Pledge. You'll find all the information there, and there's also more information there as to where to email or call in case you still have some questions.
right.
So make sure you go to the website. Dr. Ramirez, it's been a pleasure, and I know this is going to be one of many, many interviews here on this couch set, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Ruben, and God bless you too, and welcome.
Thank you.